I'm going to give this thing a second to alert. The reason I use Restream is because hopefully I got good enough signal, but it goes on YouTube and Facebook. But every now and then I'll be doing something, and if you cut my arms off, I probably couldn't preach. And if you didn't let me have illustrations, there's no way I would be worth a flip at ministering or speaking the gospel. So God just uses me in a unique way, I guess, because I'm just an old simple country boy. I have to use illustrations and things that I see. So I'm going to give this thing a second here and make sure it alerts us all. And I think it has. So y'all watch this when you can. I want to show you something here. Way off over yonder, there's our little humble abode. We got a little old brick house me and Miss Alice was built in the early 80s, and man, it's the perfect place for us. But back here in the back, here is a pond. Her mom lives on this place, and when they bought this thing, it had this pond, and this pond was pretty low, as you can imagine. Back this summer and just till the other day, this pond was low. But any good pond, I'm going to show you right quick here, has a dam. I mean, you can see the road across the pond. Any good pond has a dam on it. And this pond was really low. And when it got low, it was getting a little stagnant. But also, I'm going to show you something else. A good pond usually has an overflow spill. I want you to see this. See if I got my rubber boots on, so I'm going to get out in the pond a little bit. If I drop my phone, you'll know the video is finished. But check that out. That's an overflow culvert here on the dam. In other words, when this pond, if it didn't have an overflow, this place would be over the years covered with scum and moss and all kinds of mess. Why? Because it don't have an outlet. And as in our Christian life, we can easily become an old stock pond that's nasty and got green scum all over it. How do you keep that from happening? Look at this pond. It's clear. Matter of fact, it's full. It's over full. The reason it is because God sent some rain. But if this pond didn't have an overflow spout, it would go up real high, and then eventually it would go back down. And then in the summer, it'd get low and nasty and stinky. But as a Christian, God fills us up with himself, or the water of life, or however you want to do it. God's always filling us up if we ask him. Lord, fill us with your spirit. Lead, guide, direct us. And when he fills us up, a healthy pond has an outlet. You can see that going in there. I'm going to take you over the dam. I can see my fancy four-wheeler here. Obviously, the cats are waiting at the fence right over here because I'm going to give them some cubes. But I want to show you on the other side of this dam what this is. There's that. We'll go down here, getting the history lesson. See where that spout's kicking out? We'll get back up on the dam and show you something. Look at that. That pond has an overflow. And in your Christian life, when God fills you up, if you don't have an overflow outlet, you'll get stagnant. And the reason the pond stays clean like that is because we have an overflow. When God fills you up, you must have an overflow spout and give what God gives you away. The love that he gives you, the encouragement, the strength. When you have an overflow, you will be a healthy Christian. Just like a healthy pond has an overflow spout. It's not what comes in, it's what we let out. This pond will be healthy because of this overflow. Same with your Christian walk. When the Lord blesses you, when he's kind to you, which he always is, You got to let that flow out to other people, and you will be a healthy Christian. Just like this pond will never just be an old stagnant pond because it has an overflow. Hope you learned something today. I know you because it wasn't expected, but I had to do it while it was here. Make sure you got an overflow. Pour into other people's lives. I don't care if you are a baby Christian and you're a day old and you don't come here from Sikkim. You do know that Jesus loves you and died on the cross. So share that with somebody when God's faithful to you in the midst of hardships and trials. Get the overflow spigot and flow what God's given you, whether it's just a little bit right now or a whole lot. Let it flow through you, and I promise you, your pond will never be stagnant, which means your spiritual walk with Jesus. Love you guys.